I recall once reading an article on pessimism and how in many ways people who were pessimists were realists. In short, that people who were optimists were in many ways living in a delusion, believing things that were more than likely not true, whereas pessimists were significantly more realistic about the way the world really is. Now, I myself do tend to be a bit of both. There is a side of me that is highly pessimistic, perhaps you could say highly realistic, and a side of me that is very, very optimistic. And for myself, I choose optimism. You see, in the end, we do know that if you run the numbers, there's very little chance that any of us will ever be the President of the United States. Very little chance that we'll be an astronaut, that will be a best-selling author, that will be a movie star, that will be a rock star, whatever happens to be your dream. But I think that in the end, even though Omnism in many ways is the study of ultimate truth, and in other videos, I have talked about reality and how we are trying to understand reality in an ultimate way. But to me, this is part of that. Because reality is not simply a matter of being right, of being more true. To me, it's a lot more complicated than that. Because the only reason that some people are the President of the United States, are rock stars, astronauts, philosophers, whatever that dream is that any given person might have. The only reason that happens is because of hope. Hope is that extraordinary human aspect that somehow allows us to do the impossible. Think about the fact that every single one of us is born knowing that we're going to die. All of us are going to die. Why is it that we don't just curl up in a corner and wait for death? Why do we continue to try to achieve and create things, knowing that nothing will ever come of it for us? Knowing that one day we will be gone. And yet we continue to do that. Those of us who believe in a higher power, those of us who believe in going on to another world, and those of us that don't believe in any of that. Those of us that literally believe that in the end we just fade into nothing. And yet we all do continue, or at least most of us do. And I think that that is because of hope. Ultimately, hope, as illogical as it may be, as delusional as it may be, ultimately that is what makes us human. That is what makes us evolve. And to me, perhaps above any other virtue, is the most important. I'm the urban omnist, and believe it or not, that's me not being pessimistic.